The year was 2014. September 11th dawned like any other day in the quiet town of Jefferson, South Carolina. But beneath the surface of ordinary life, a darkness was about to unfold. A tragedy that would rip through the very heart of the community. This is the story of Hope Melton, a young life taken too soon, and the relentless pursuit of justice that followed. It's a story of loss, of resilience, and the enduring power of community in the face of unimaginable grief. Jefferson, South Carolina is a town where everyone knows your name. Nestled in the heart of the state, it's a place that seems untouched by the rush of modern life. The streets are lined with charming houses and the air is filled with the scent of blooming flowers in the spring and the crispness of fallen leaves in the autumn. It's a place where life moves at a slower pace, where the hustle and bustle of the city feels like a distant memory. Here, people take the time to enjoy the little things, like a leisurely stroll down Main Street or a friendly chat with a neighbor. In Jefferson, neighbors look out for each other, creating a strong sense of community. It's common to see folks lending a hand, whether it's helping with a home project or simply sharing a cup of coffee and a conversation. Children play freely in the streets, their laughter echoing through the neighborhoods. They ride their bicycles, play games, and create memories that will last a lifetime. The Melton family was a cherished part of this close-knit community. They were known for their warmth and generosity, always ready to lend a helping hand or share a meal with friends and neighbors. Their story, like so many others in Jefferson, was one woven with the threads of everyday joys and sorrows, dreams shared, and challenges faced together. They celebrated the good times and supported each other through the tough ones. The bonds they formed were strong and enduring, built on a foundation of trust, love, and mutual respect. These connections were the heart and soul of the community. Hope Melton, a beloved daughter, sister, and friend, was known for her infectious laughter and her kind heart. She had a way of making everyone feel special and valued, and her presence brought joy to all who knew her. She was a bright light in the lives of all who knew her. Her friends and family cherished the moments they spent with her, and her positive energy was a source of inspiration. On that fateful day, September 11, 2014, the town of Jefferson was forever changed. It started like any other day, with the sun rising over the horizon and the town slowly coming to life. Hope went about her day like any other, running errands, chatting with friends, and enjoying the simple pleasures of small-town life. She had no idea that her life was about to take a tragic turn. Unaware that fate had a cruel twist in store, Hope's day ended in a way that no one could have predicted. The events of that day left a lasting impact on the community, a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment. Hope was last seen leaving her workplace at the BI-Lo grocery store in Camden, South Carolina. It was an ordinary evening, the end of another workday. But when Hope didn't return home that night, a sense of unease began to creep in. Her family knew something was wrong. Hope was responsible, dependable, and deeply connected to her loved ones. She would never vanish without a word. As the night stretched on, the worry turned to fear. Hope's family contacted the Kershaw County Sheriff's Office, their voices trembling with a terror they couldn't ignore. The authorities took the report, but Hope clung to the possibility that this was just a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. Hope had to be okay. News of Hope's disappearance spread like wildfire through the small town. The community, once a tapestry of familiar faces and comforting routines, was now united by a shared sense of dread. Search parties were organized, flyers with Hope's smiling face were posted on every available surface, and vigils were held, illuminated by the flickering flames of hope and the tears of a community in anguish. The Kershaw County Sheriff's Office worked tirelessly, following every lead, every whisper, every hunch. The investigation was relentless, fueled by a determination to bring Hope home, and to provide answers to a family and a community desperate for closure. Days turned into weeks, and the weight of uncertainty pressed down on everyone. A glimmer of hope emerged when Hope's silver 2005 Honda Accord was found abandoned in a field off a dirt road in Fairfield County, approximately 30 miles from where she was last seen. This discovery, while heartbreaking, provided a tangible lead, a piece of the puzzle that investigators desperately needed. The car became a focal point, a silent witness holding clues that could unravel the mystery of Hope's disappearance. Forensic teams meticulously combed through the vehicle, searching for any trace of evidence that could lead them to Hope. Fingerprints were dusted, fibers were analyzed, and every inch of the car was scrutinized, hoping for a breakthrough. The community held its breath, clinging to the hope that this discovery would lead them to Hope, justice, and grief. The investigation took a significant turn when authorities identified a suspect, Ricky Darnell Brewer. Brewer, no stranger to law enforcement, had a history of violence against women. As the investigation honed in on Brewer, a chilling picture began to emerge. Evidence linked him to the area where Hope's car was found, and his alibi crumbled under scrutiny. The weight of the evidence was overwhelming. Ricky Darnell Brewer was arrested and charged with Hope Melton's murder, even though her body had not yet been found. The news sent shockwaves through Jefferson. The man they believed responsible for Hope's disappearance was now in custody, but the victory felt hollow, overshadowed by the agonizing reality that Hope was still missing. Hope's legacy. The trial of Ricky Darnell Brewer was a harrowing ordeal for Hope's family and the community. The prosecution presented a compelling case, relying on the forensic evidence, witness testimonies, and Brewer's own incriminating statements. The defense argued that the evidence was circumstantial, but the jury ultimately found Ricky Darnell Brewer guilty of Hope Melton's murder. He was sentenced to life in prison, without the possibility of parole. Justice had been served, but it came at an unbearable price. Hope Melton was gone, and the void left by her absence would forever be etched in the hearts of those who loved her. A wound that remains. The title itself speaks volumes about the lingering pain and sorrow that has gripped the town of Jefferson. Even with the conviction of Ricky Darnell Brewer, the man responsible for the heinous crime, the case of Hope Melton continues to haunt the town of Jefferson. It's a shadow that looms over the community, a constant reminder of the fragility of life. The search for her remains became a mission, a collective effort that united the town in a way few events could. It was a promise whispered in the dead of night, a vow to bring closure to a story that had left so many questions unanswered. The community refused to give up hope, clinging to the belief that one day, they would find her and bring her home. Clinging to the belief that one day, they would be able to lay Hope to rest, to give her the dignity and respect she deserved. They envisioned a day when they could gather around her grave, placing flowers and saying their final goodbyes. To give her the dignity and respect she deserved, a proper farewell that had been cruelly snatched away. Years later, the pain of Hope's loss is still palpable in Jefferson. The town has moved forward, but the wound remains. Her story serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the shadows, even in the most idyllic of settings. Jefferson, with its peaceful rural landscape and sunny days, seems like the last place such a tragedy could occur. It's a reminder that evil can wear many faces, often hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to strike. And that sometimes, the most ordinary days can be shattered by unimaginable tragedy. The town of Jefferson will never forget Hope Melton, and her memory will forever be a part of its fabric. Listen to the voices within. In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, it's easy to overlook the quiet inner voice that guides us. This voice, often subtle and gentle, can be our most reliable compass in navigating life's complexities. The case of Hope Melton is a stark reminder of the importance of trusting our instincts and being aware of our surroundings. Hope's story is not just a tale of tragedy, but a powerful lesson in the significance of listening to those inner whispers that alert us to danger. It's about recognizing the subtle cues, the gut feelings that something isn't right. These feelings are often our mind's way of processing information that we may not be consciously aware of. They are signals that something in our environment requires our attention. It's about looking out for one another, not just in times of crisis, but in the everyday moments that make up our lives. When we foster a sense of community and mutual care, we create a safer and more supportive environment for everyone. Hope's legacy lives on in the hearts of those who loved her and in the countless lives she touched. Her story has become a beacon of awareness, urging us to remain vigilant and compassionate. It's a legacy of love, of resilience, and of the unwavering belief that even in the darkest of times, hope can emerge from the ashes of tragedy. Her memory inspires us to rebuild, to come together, and to find strength in unity. Let us honor her memory by living our lives with purpose, by cherishing our loved ones, and by never forgetting the lessons learned from this tragic case. In doing so, we not only pay tribute to Hope Melton but also ensure that her spirit continues to guide and protect us.